Faith Christian will have the opening possession of the second half. The teams will be shooting at the basket in front of their own benches. So Faith Christian is going left to right, and Brush will be shooting at the basket in front of us. Nice play. Brooklyn Long with the bucket to start the quarter for the Eagles. Nice pass there. Up ahead is to Kristen Berg from Kennedy Guzman. Nice play. Guzman to Berg, and the Beat Diggers answer, and Berg is in double figures. We're 30 seconds in. Both teams have a basket. Abigail Hagerty with a bucket. She answers quickly. So we had a long scoring drought by both teams in the second quarter. Neither team suffering from that here to start the third quarter. The Eagles have that full court press back on, but the Beat Diggers break it. Carly Nichols with a shot from the left baseline, well short. Rebound picked up off the floor by the Eagles, and a pass ahead to Brooklyn Long from Abby Chapman, and Long has a couple of buckets. We're 1 minute in, and the Eagles have scored 6 points already to Brush's single point, and all of a sudden it's 34-29. Brush needs to try to hang on to that momentum that they carried into halftime with him. Kennedy Guzman for three. It converts. Three-pointer for Kennedy Guzman, so she picks up where she left off in the first half, and that makes it 34-32. Turnaround by Hagerty. Over Berg. Good play by Hagerty. She has a pair of buckets. We're 90 seconds in, and it's 8-5 here in the third quarter. 38-32 on the scoreboard. Guzman pulls up outside the arc. Emily Monarchs back in. She dribbles toward the paint, kicks it out. Nice kick out to Carly Nichols, who converts. She's just inside the arc. That's about a 15-footer for Carly Nichols. She's in double figures. 38-34. Hagerty turnaround against Berg. Partially blocked, short. Ball on the floor, fought for, out of bounds, off the Eagles. Brush gets the ball, and they will work against that full court press. Boy, some good action to start the third quarter here at Brush High School. Brush is working against that full court press. Guzman trying to get it in, has it swatted away, but picked up by her teammate. That's Alex White ahead to Nichols, who converts from 10 feet out. Carly Nichols has a pair of buckets. 38-36. The Beat Diggers hanging right with them. Both teams are hot to start the third quarter. Faith Christian working against a man-to-man defense now being played by Brush. They're matching up all over the court. Hagerty, turnaround, off balance, but she's fouled on the turnaround by Berg. Kristen Berg's second personal foul, first of the half by either team. And Abigail Hagerty will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. She was 3 for 4 in the first half. That one in and out, no good. Boy, every free throw by both teams is going to be important, it looks like, the way this game is shaping up. Just beginning the third quarter. Second free throw, rimming around, no good. Nichols with the rebound. The Eagles putting on some pressure in the backcourt on that missed shot, and now they steal it away in the front court. And that was Emily Monarch trying to get it to Berg, stolen away by the Eagles. They bring it back the other direction, leading by 2. Switching over is Abby Chapman. Kicks it out to, that's Rindles, who's back in there. Now it's up high to Jenkins. Inside to Hagerty. She's had a hot hand. Outside to Long. A couple of dribbles into the paint. Blocked by Berg. Ball is on the floor, and a foul called on the rebounding action. I think they got Carly Nichols. Let's see. No, it's on Hagerty. That is huge. That's the third personal foul on Abigail Hagerty. And she has the hot hand for the Eagles. She's going to stay in there. She has 15 points. The Eagle coach is discussing this, but she's still on the floor as play continues. Guzman gets it inside to White. White kicks it out to Berg, a foul away. Oh, my goodness. That was a 3-second call on the Beat Diggers when the ball was in the air on a shot. That is a tough break. Turnover on the Diggers. 38-36. Faith Christian leads Brush. 4:44 to go in the third quarter. Cambier up high. Looking to get it into a teammate. Gets it inside to Pruitt, who's wearing a face mask. May have a broken nose. Turnaround by Chapman is blocked Berg pulls down the rebound ahead to Emily Monarch. Kicks it out to Alex White. Dribbles right-handed, pulls up just inside the arc. Off the glass and in! We'll give you full credit on that one. But she did have a foot on the line, so it's just a two-pointer. But it ties the ball game 38-38. Mark that one down with the star. Brooklyn Long with the layup. No good. Follow-up of her own. No good. Rebound fought for. Jump ball. And that was Berg and Long. And when Berg pulled away the ball, Emily Long went down fairly hard. But a tie-up will give the arrow. The arrow favors Brush, so they'll throw it in. This is a chance for them to take their first lead since long ago. We are tied 38-38. We're precisely at the midpoint of the third quarter. Guzman dribbles it herself. Out to Nichols on the left baseline. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound fought for on the ground. Berg comes away with the loose ball. Guzman pulls up at the free throw line. She's fouled. Are they going to say she was shooting or passing? They're going to give her credit for the shot. She altered her shot and passed it off, but they are going to send her to the free throw line to shoot two. And a chance for the Diggers to take the lead. Kennedy Guzman, 2 for 2 from the line, can put the Beat Diggers ahead for the first time since early in the first quarter, and does. 39-38. They momentarily put a couple points up there. Confusing the inexperienced play-by-play person here. 39-38, and a second free throw upcoming for Guzman. And it's also good. Kennedy Guzman with 5 points in the quarter. Brush drops back. They're going to play, it looks like, man-to-man. They are going to pick up man-to-man. They're leading 40-38. Up high is Cambier. Dribbles into the paint. She's cut off there by Berg. Puts it up anyway. Ball on the floor. Scramble. And a scramble that Faith Christian comes up with it. Nice rescue there by Cambier. Gets it off to a teammate. She gets it back and goes up. She's going to go to the free throw line and shoot two. Who's the foul on? I think it's on White. No, it's on Berg. Kristen Berg with her third personal, second here in the quarter. And she has both of the team fouls on Brush. 40-38. Diggers maintaining the lead. First free throw is good by Rindles. Cassandra Rindles will have another free throw. Emily Monarch is going to go back in. She has 3 personals. Kristen Berg will sit down with 3 fouls. A couple of Eagles have 3 fouls as well, Cambier and Hegarty. Second free throw by Cambier is off the front of the rim. Rebound on the floor and ripped away by Jordan Delorier. She takes it the length of the floor herself, pulls up from 8 feet out off the glass, no good. Nichols with the follow-up, no good. Rebound on the floor. Faith Christian comes up with it. Brush leads by 3, 40-37. Faith Christian on offense. In the lane is Hawk. Hannah Hawk is in there to Cambier. Shot no good. Rebound, Jordan Delorier. Long pass ahead to Alex White. One person to beat. Pulls up and scores. Alex White with another huge bucket. And we've got a whistle calling. Okay. One official was calling or blowing his whistle several times. Didn't see the indication. Faith Christian needs a timeout. Brush leads by 5. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Ackley Building Center is your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center in Brush at 1402 Mill Street. Don't stop by right this minute unless you're carrying your radio, but stop by there this weekend and work on your projects. We'll have the boys' games. The boys' game coming up at 2:45, and the Brush girls now with a 5-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the ball game. They led 12-8. They trailed by 24-14. I think they trailed 26-14. I didn't get that marked down exactly, but it's been all Diggers here. The first 90 seconds, the teams were trading baskets here in the third quarter, and now the Diggers have lit it up. Kennedy Guzman has 5 points here in the third quarter. Alex White has a couple of buckets. Carly Nichols has a couple of buckets. Kristen Berg has a field goal. And the Diggers lead it 42-37 with 2:57 left to go in the third quarter. And Faith Christian had to burn a timeout. Brush is going to stick with that man-to-man, and why not? It's working for him. Jordan Delorier steps into the passing lane, steals it away, but can't maintain possession, knocks it out of bounds. Faith Christian will throw it in right in front of the scorer's table. Abigail Haggerty checks back in for Faith Christian. She has 3 personal fouls. We'll watch that situation. She has 15 points in the ball game. Abby Chapman, left side to Long. Long on the wing, gets it to Chapman, who drives the paint off the top of the backboard, drops back in. The rebound, Faith Christian follow-up, no good. Ball on the floor, out of bounds, off Faith Christian, and a Faith Christian player is slow to get up. Somebody's shaken up. I think that's Haggerty. I think she may have landed on her elbow. That's not Haggerty. That's Abby Chapman. She's holding her left elbow. I think that's what hit the floor when she went down. I think she's going to get a little break here. And she will get to sit down next to Coach Haas. And Brush will throw it in under the Faith Christian basket. Faith Christian is putting on some pressure in the backcourt. Kennedy Guzman breaks it. She's still got her dribble. Top of the key. Looks left side to Delorier. Delorier dribbles to the left baseline. Pulls up. Tries to get it to Nichols. Does. Nichols now picks it up. Up high to White. White fakes to the left. Picks it up. And off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Tied up. That's Emily Monarch tying it up with Brooklyn Long. And Abby Chapman's going to check right back in. She stepped aside for a minute ago when she landed on the floor. She's right back in. Good to see that she's doing fine. Melissa Waylert is back in. Melissa had a hot hand last night. She had 18 points. Hasn't seen very many minutes today. 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Man-to-man defense being played by the Diggers. Long, left side to Cambier. Cambier working against Delorier. Now that's Haggerty. Haggerty's back in there with 3 fouls. She picks up her dribble, hands it off to Chapman. Chapman to Cambier, inside to Haggerty. Turnaround move by Nichols. Off, no good. Rebound picked up off the floor by Chapman. And she tries to force a pass through the paint, and it's on the floor. Carly Nickel ripped the ball up, but they're going to say it was a held ball. And the arrow favors the Diggers. Brush leading 42-37. Just over a minute and a half to go here in the quarter. Alex White gets it dribbles into the paint, tries to get it to Nichols, and stolen away by Jenkins. Jenkins dribbles at the length of the floor for the Eagles, has it stolen away by Guzman. Guzman left-handed with Nichols, a 2-on-1. She switches over and goes to the hoop, and an offensive foul called on Guzman. Kennedy Guzman, that's a relatively tough call, but excellent defense by Cassandra Rendles. And that is the second on Guzman. Offensive foul is a turnover. It's the third team foul on the Diggers. And they still lead it by 5. Neither team has scored here for a little bit as we hit the 1 minute mark in the third quarter. Haggerty, turnaround, forces it over Nichols, no good. Follow up by Long, it rims in and out. Rebound, Alex White for Brush. 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Brush leading by 5. Guzman, long three-pointer, in and out. Ball on the floor, nobody goes after it. Now Faith Christian picks it up and throws it away. Kennedy Guzman picks it up, ahead to Nichols. Outside is Waylert. Waylert passes up a three-pointer. Now they swing it around to the right side. They force it into Alex White. She comes up with it, puts it up, climbs over the rim, and in. Alex White has had a huge third quarter. She has 6 points, 7-point lead for the Diggers. Down low is Abigail Haggerty. She's had a big third quarter. 18 seconds to go, 44-39. Brush is double teamed at the half-court line, and the Eagles tie up Alex White, and the arrow favors Faith Christian. They'll get the ball back with 14.2 seconds to go in the third quarter. Brush leading by 5, 44-39. Eagles are going to go for the last shot here in the third quarter. 10-9. They still have it in the backcourt. Now they cross the timeline. That's Chapman. Pulls up. Now 3 seconds. 2. The ball's on the floor. Long at the buzzer. Off the glass and in. Brooklyn Long makes the bucket right as time expires. Brush leading 44-41. after 3 quarters of play. Brush over Faith Christian. Back after this on KSIR and KSIR.com. Brush gets the ball to start the fourth quarter. They're leading by 3. They've led by as many as 5. It's 44-41. Final quarter of this game to play for the right to go to the Great 8. Carly Nichols puts it up from the left corner. Short, no good. Faith Christian with the rebound. Dribbling up the floor is Cambier and takes a step through the lane, and she has her shot. I think it was partially blocked there by Berg, out of bounds off the Eagles. So Brush will have the ball. Final quarter. The winner of this ball game goes to Fort Collins for the Great 8 of the state tournament on Thursday. We'll have the Brush boys game coming up at 2:45. Left corner is Berg. Rebound, follow-up, Nichols, and in! Carly Nichols starts the fourth quarter scoring. She has 15 points in the ball game, 46-41. Brush leading Faith Christian. The Diggers trailed by 12 in the second quarter, and they have come storming back and taken a 5-point lead. Long with a three-pointer, which is off the back of the rim. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Cambier. Back to Jenkins. Jenkins swings it left side to Chapman. Chapman, long three-pointer. Her elbow's fine, but the shot was no good. Long with the rebound and gets another follow-up and puts it in. Brooklyn Long with 8 points here in the second half. She hadn't scored in the first half. That makes it 46-43. The Beat Digger lead down to 3. Alex White from the right side. No good. And that 6-footer just sat on the rim and fell off. Faith Christian with the rebound. Quickly there at the other end. 6.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Brush leading 46-43. It's Jenkins up high. Swings it right side to Cambier. Now they try to get it inside. Turnaround move by Long, tries to go over Nichols, and it's well short. Nichols gets the rebound. Swings it out to Guzman, who's going to bring it across the timeline unguarded. The long pass ahead to Emily Monarch, dribbles into the paint, and it's blocked away by Hagerty. Abigail Hagerty having a good ball game and a nice defensive play there. 3-point Beat Digger lead. Faith Christian puts up an off-balance shot on the right side. That's Chapman. Now at the free throw line is Hagerty. Pull up just inside, in and out. Nichols with yet another rebound. Long pass from Guzman ahead. She was trying to get it up to Alex White and threw it out of bounds. Good idea, not well executed there. So Nichols is going to take a break. Jordan Delorier back in the lineup. So it's Delorier, White, and Guzman. Who else is in there? That's Berg is still in there. Now at the free throw line, Faith Christian pulling up his Cambier. Back out to Chapman. Chapman right side dribbles. It makes a move inside to Hagerty, who makes a fake, puts it up, rimming off, no good. Brush picks it up off the floor. 5:10 to go in the ball game. Guzman ahead. That's Delorier. Sorry about that. She has it stripped away from behind. Faith Christian heading the other direction. Kind of a lot of scramble action here in the last two possessions as we hit the 5-minute mark to go in the ball game. Brush leading 46-43. Chapman goes into the lane, puts it up off balance, but she's fouled. Kennedy Guzman called for that foul. Her third personal. So on my score sheet, there's 3 Diggers with 3 personal fouls. That's the 4th team foul on Brush here in the quarter. There have not been a lot of fouls called in this ball game. Just about every foul. I don't think we've been in the bonus on either team to shoot. So we're always shooting because of shooting fouls. And Abby Chapman puts in the first. That's good. She'll have another. She had 10 points in the first half. That's her first point of the second half, and the second one's also good. So now Faith Christian pulls it to within 1, and they're going to call a timeout. Brush leads it by a single point, 46-45, with 4:56 to go in the ball game. Back after this on KSIR. Brush leads at 46-45 after the Faith Christian timeout. Brush will bring it in from the far end of the floor, but Faith Christian does not put on full court pressure, and the Beat Diggers throw it away. Emily Monarch tried to feed it into the paint, and it went out of bounds. 4:45 to go in the ball game. Brush had a 5-point lead moments ago. They lead it now by a single point, 46-45, for the right to go to the grade 8 on Thursday in Fort Collins. That's Hegarty, trapped in the lane, steps out, gets it out to Chapman. Chapman loses the handle, gets it back. She resets the offense up high. And the Eagles throw it away. Still trying to figure out if that was that 1-3-1 zone that we've been seeing or the matchup man-to-man. They were matching up in either case. Faith Christian didn't hang on to the ball long enough for me to determine what kind of defense it was. So Brush will throw it in from the far sideline. Again, no full court pressure by the Eagles. They had some really good success with that in the first half, but we haven't seen it near as much here in the second half. Berg on the right baseline, dribbles once, tries to put it up, has it stripped. The Eagles head the other direction. That's Chapman, dribbles it all the way up, tries to feed it into the paint, stolen away by Jordan Delorier. She dribbles it left-handed across the timeline, switches to right-handed into the paint, gets it down low to Berg, and she's going to be fouled as she tried to go to the hoop, and they're going to say it's before she tried to make a shot, which is a good call. She was well under the basket. And that's the 4th personal foul on Abigail Hegarty, so that's an important foul. Hegarty has 17 points on my score sheet. And she stays in the lineup. Stolen away by the Eagles on the throw-in, and Chapman takes it the full length of the floor, and she's fouled by Guzman. Guzman now has 4. And Chapman will be at the free throw line to shoot 2. She made a pair just moments ago, and she's continues to be perfect from the free throw line. Makes that one. That ties the game at 46. And Faith Christian could have their first lead in a while with the second successful free throw, and they do. 47-46. Faith Christian leading Brush. Let's see who checked out. I think Hegarty, with 4 fouls, now sits down. Carson Cambier comes in to take her place. Just under 4 minutes to play in this ball game. Guzman has the pass stolen away. She was trying to get it to Nichols. Stolen away by Long for the Eagles. She takes it herself down the floor. Carson Cambier's shot is no good. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Guzman. An Eagle slow to get up. Now she rejoins the play. Inside to Nichols, under the basket. Goes off the bottom of the backboard, and the rebound fought for tie-up. And the arrow favors Faith Christian. Brush finds themselves trailing by a point. 47-46, and Brush is going to call a timeout. We have 3:24 left to go in this ball game. The winner of this game goes to the girls 3A grade 8 in Fort Collins on Thursday. Faith Christian leading Brush 47-46 with 3:24 left to go. And the boys will tip off in half an hour here on KSIR. We'll be right back after this break on KSIR and KSIR.com. Alec Creighton back at Brush High School. This has been a fantastic high school basketball game, and we're in for a very exciting finish. There's 3 minutes, 24 seconds left to go in the ball game. Faith Christian has just reclaimed the lead. They're leading at 47-46, playing for the right to go to the Great 8 in Fort Collins on Thursday. Faith Christian has the possession after the Brush timeout. They're going to bring it down slowly. That's Abby Chapman, who dribbles it unguarded across the timeline. Now she's picked up near the midcourt by Guzman. Left side to Cambier. Back to Chapman. Again, guarded by Guzman. The Beat Diggers matching up. This might be a triangle and 2. They're matching up top, but the back of the defense is sagging just a bit. And Faith Christian is going to run some clock here. We're under the 3-minute mark. They are burning clock up high. They're leading by 1, and they're working a passing game up high, making no attempt to move the ball into the paint. They're just going to work the time down to 2:40 left to go. And they're going to continue to work up high with the 3-guard shuffle. Chapman gets it off to Long. She's in the center circle, gets it ahead to Cambier. Almost stolen away by Delorier. That's Rindles on the left side. She's guarded by Nichols. They're going to not even attempt to move toward the basket. They are just burning clock. We're down to 2:15 to go. Brush trying to force a turnover. They've got a double team and timeout. Faith calls timeout. That may be their next to last timeout. I haven't been keeping official track. I'll try to see if there's some hand signals here from the officials. They are out of 30-second timeouts, so they have to take a full timeout. And I'll try to see if I can pick up some hand signals from the officials on how many timeouts. I think they may have one timeout left. Interesting strategy here as they just burned off clock. They did not even attempt to penetrate for an offensive attempt there. Okay, Faith Christian has one timeout left. Brush has 2 timeouts left. There's 2 minutes, 10 seconds left on the clock, and Faith Christian leads by a point, 47-46. Today's ball game is brought to you in part by State Farm agent Greg Mullen. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there, and Greg Mullen is one of the best. You can work with him to get the discounts you desire and the coverage you need from State Farm agent Greg Mullen. 2 minutes, 10 seconds left to go in this ball game. Faith Christian's led by as many as 12. That was back in the first half. Brush is led by as many as 5 here in the second half. Faith Christian with a 47-46 lead with 2:10 left to go. Brush is going to play man-to-man defense after the timeout. Long pass down the floor and thrown away by Faith Christian. That was Long trying to feed it in down low and over the head of everybody, out of bounds. So 2:05 to go in the ball game. No full court press by the Eagles. Kennedy Guzman gets it across the timeline. She's guarded by Chapman. Switches hands outside to Emily Monarch. Back to Guzman. Guzman dribbling to the right side. Looking for a teammate. Back to Monarch. Almost stolen away by Long. Monarch picks it up. Guzman. Long three-pointer. No good. Rebound on the floor. Berg almost got it, but got away on the floor. Faith Christian comes up with it. 1:40 left. Faith Christian leads Brush by a point. 47-46. 1:35 to go in the ball game. Chapman guarded by Guzman. Chapman still dribbling. No 5-second count. Now they have one. Now Delorier's guarding Cambier. Up high. Faith Christian still burning clock. Chapman dribbles the paint and a nice move and lays it in. She just split the defense. And Chapman makes it a 3-point lead with 1:10 left to go. 49-46. Diggers need a bucket. Three-pointer would be great. Berg down low. Off the glass. Too hard. Rebound Faith Christian. 1 minute exactly left to go. The Beat Diggers trail it by 3. They have 5 team fouls, so they have a foul to give. And they're going to give it right now. Jordan Delorier fouls Cassandra Rindles. That's the 6th team foul. Faith Christian only has 3 team fouls showing on the board. That's Jordan Delorier's first personal foul, and Tom George calls timeout. 54.6 seconds left to go. Faith Christian leading Brush by 3. That's a 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it right here. 3-point lead for Faith Christian. The Brush Grocery Cart is bringing you today's game, and they say welcome home to your hometown grocery store, featuring Morgan County's largest variety. That's at the Brush Grocery Cart. And you talk about full service. The Brush Grocery Cart has that. You can stop by. You'll have just about a minute and a half between games today. The girls will be finishing up, and then we'll have the boys game starting from Eaton. John Beltran and Jen Goodall will have that play-by-play at 2:45. But business here at Brush High School first. 54 seconds left to go. The Eagles throw it into the backcourt. They get it back into the front court. That's Chapman being guarded by Guzman. 45 seconds to go in the ball game. Brush trails it by 3, and the bad pass picked up by the Beat Diggers. That's Alex White to Guzman. She finds Nichols open on the left baseline, steps behind the three-point line. Shot is no good. It's short. Eagles with the rebound, and now they have a 3-on-1 break with 30 seconds left, but they're not going to move in. They're going to burn off some more time. 25 seconds left to go, and Brush is forced to foul. That will be a 1-and-1, the first 1-and-1 of the ball game for either team. Carly Nichols had to commit that foul. Kristen Berg will check in. And she's going to replace Jordan Delorier. At the free throw line will be Abby Chapman, shooting a 1-and-1, and she has been perfect from the free throw line. But the Diggers had to foul. 23.8 seconds left to go. That is also good. She has another one coming up. It's a 4-point Faith Christian lead. the Diggers are in some trouble now. They're going to have to score quickly when they get the ball back. Second one is also good. She has been perfect from the free throw line. Each team has one timeout left. Coming into the lineup, Jordan Delorier and Melissa Whalert. So we've got some three-point shooters in there. Brush may have to look for three-pointers as they trail by 5 with 20 seconds left to go in the ball game. Delorier picks it up, looking. She's got big pressure on her. Now it's to Emily Whalert. She almost throws it away. It's near the timeline, and they're going to say that it was touched, not a turnover. Delorier was confused, but now the Brush Beat Diggers have it and get it back. But Whalert throws it away, and with 5.4 seconds left to go, the Diggers have to foul again. Now Delorier picked it up just behind the timeline. She was assuming that the Brush Beat Diggers were going to get called for a backcourt there, because they had it in the front court. They picked it up in the back court, but the official ruled that the Eagles had touched it, so then the Beat Diggers could get it. That threw the Diggers off kilter just a little bit, and they weren't able to reset their offense. So it's 51-46, 5-point Eagle lead with 5.4 seconds left to go in the ball game. And Abigail Hagerty will be at the free throw line. Her first free throw is good. She has a bonus. That's a 6-point lead now. And the bonus is upcoming. 52-46. Diggers need pretty much a miracle at this point. The next one is good. It's a 3-possession game. With 5 seconds left, the Diggers throw it in. Full court pressure in the backcourt, and now they're going to blow a whistle. The clock didn't start. The clock did not start on that throw-in, so the officials had to stop play. And now I think they're just going to give the Diggers the ball back at the baseline and probably say do-over on this. Okay, they're going to put 4.4 seconds on the clock. And where are they going to have the Diggers throw it in? They're going to throw it in on the sideline. So they are going to take that second off the clock. That works a little bit to the disadvantage of the Diggers, but again, it's a 3-possession game with 5 seconds left to go. 53-46. Faith Christian with a little flurry here at the end, and Brush forced to foul. And now Whalert thinks about a three-pointer. The buzzer sounds. She's not able to get it off, and that is the final score. 53-46. The Faith Christian Eagles celebrate a trip to the Great 8 in Fort Collins starting on Thursday. They were able to hold the Beat Diggers to just a single basket in the fourth quarter, and that is going to be the final score. 53-46, Faith Christian over Brush. We'll be back to wrap things up after this break on KSIR and KSIR.com. Alec Creighton back at Brush High School. And after a great run in the third quarter, the Brush Lady Beat Diggers just went stone cold in the fourth quarter. They only came up with 2 points. They led after three, 44-41. They were outscored 12-2 in the fourth quarter and go down to the Faith Christian Eagles by a final score of 53-46. The Brush boys will be taking the floor. That game scheduled to start in about 15 minutes. We'll be joining John Beltran and Jen Goodall in Eaton, where the Brush boys will be playing Eaton, also battling for the right to go to Fort Collins next Thursday. Well, this was a great ball game from start to finish. The teams traded leads back and forth in the first quarter. Then there was a stretch from the late first quarter through much of the second quarter where it was all Faith Christian. They led by as many as 12, and the Beat Diggers came all the way back at halftime to be back to within a single point at halftime. It was 28-27. Brush built up a 5-point lead there in the third quarter, led by the score of 44-41 at the end of three, but forced to do some fouling there at the end, and neither team actually able to connect from the field. The Eagles coming up with 12 points in the quarter. 8 of those were from the free throw line, where they were perfect, 8 of 8 in the fourth quarter. Let's look at our unofficial scoring totals for the Eagles first. Abby Chapman leading all scorers unofficially with 18 points, and she was 6 for 6 from the free throw line in the second half. Perfect 7 for 7 on the day, and that's where most of her points came in the second half. She had 18 points. Abigail Hagerty had 17 points, also in double figures. Brooklyn Long for the Eagles. 4 points for Cassandra Rindles, and 2 points apiece for Carolyn Jenkins and Caitlin Pruitt. The unofficial scoring totals for the Diggers: Carly Nichols with 15 points, leading the way for Brush. Also in double figures, Kristen Berg had 11 points, and Kennedy Guzman had a nice game. She had some really important three-pointers that were momentum plays for the Diggers. She had 10 points, 6 points for Alex White, all of those coming in the third quarter. Emily Monarch had 3 points. She hit a three-pointer there in the second quarter for her 3 points, and 1 point for Jordan Delorier, a second quarter free throw. So that's the end of the season for the Brush Lady Beat Diggers. Obviously would have loved to go to Fort Collins next weekend, but a really, really good season for the Beat Diggers. And a special congratulations to the seniors playing their final game as a Brush Beat Digger basketball player: Kennedy Guzman, Emily Monarch, Carly Nichols. They all had really nice games today, and congratulations to them, and best of luck as you finish up your senior year and move on to whatever comes next. The Brush boys will be playing in Eaton in just a few minutes. We'll be joining John Beltran and Jen Goodall there. We're going to take a break here, come back, and we'll look at those brackets and get that next game set up for you. Again, the Brush Lady Beat Diggers dropping a heartbreaker. It was a great, great game. Brush trailed by double figures, came back, led, and just couldn't finish it off at the end as both teams had trouble scoring there in the fourth quarter. And that was just the opposite of the beginning of the half. Both teams were very hot at the beginning of the third quarter. They cooled down except for the free throw line where the Eagles were perfect, and that was the difference there at the end, with Faith Christian beating Brush in this ball game by the score of 53-46.